Hello, good afternoon. This is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I'm here live to take your U.S. immigration related questions. Go ahead and put your questions in the comments. I am both on YouTube and I'm watching the comments on YouTube, and I am on TikTok. So go ahead. Any immigration questions that you have, you can put it in the comments. Hi there. It's nice to see you, Ava. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and put your questions in the comments. Now, I am going to start with a topic that I'd like to talk about, and it's sponsoring yourself for an employment green card. That is possible, and I want to talk about one way. There are multiple ways under the employment-based and also under investment-based permanent residence. However, hi there, Carlene. No, however, I want to talk about one way today, and that's the national interest waiver. The national interest waiver is if you have an advanced degree or you have a bachelor's degree with 5 years of experience in your field, or you have exceptional ability, then you can apply for your own permanent residence based on the advanced degree, based on your degree with 5 years of experience, and also based on the exceptional ability. And there are certain criteria for the exceptional ability. This is a type of green card that does not require that you have an employer. However, if your employer doesn't have to sponsor you, but if you're going to apply for this, it also means that you are you have either your own business or you have very, very specific goals to achieve very important things that are going to be beneficial to the United States. So you can't exactly, apply for this being unemployed. You do have to still show that your valuable experience, that your work in the past, you will continue that work, and that you can use it to benefit the United States, benefit its technology, it's the community, as well as the security and the general welfare of the United States. So keep that in mind, that this is not a type of permanent residence that if you have your master's degree, you can just apply for this automatically. You do have to have very specific goals in mind. You do have to lay out to the Immigration Service exactly what kind of work you're coming to the United States to do. Now let's talk about those requirements, right? So we just talked about the having an advanced degree. Advanced degree means your master's or your PhD. You can also, if you have exceptional ability, if you can meet 3 out of 6 total criteria, you could possibly prove exceptional ability and apply based on that. Now, exceptional ability, to prove exceptional ability, you have to show that you have experience in your field, at least 10 years of experience through maybe letters of recommendation. You'll have to show that you're the member of, a professional association, or that you have a license to practice. You have to show that you have made great contributions to your field. You have to show that you whatever field you're in, that you do require a certain level of education. It may not be an advanced degree, but you may have had to do some kind of specialized training to be able to be in that field. Now, the types of fields that can qualify for this, the USCIS just issued guidance on STEM fields. That's going to be a field that they are focusing on. They're targeting those who are in STEM fields. So STEM, like science, technology, engineering, mathematics, are going to be included in the STEM field. So if you're in the STEM field, then, and you have exceptional ability, or you have an advanced degree, your master's degree, or you have your PhD, this may very well be for you. But going back to exceptional ability, if you can show experience, you can show your contributions, you can show the accolades you've received, either national or local awards or any other types of awards that you've gotten. If you can show that you have, the type of salary that you have or compensation that you have is commensurate to your experience or your work, the level of work that you do, that's going to be very important. If you're the member of a selective organization or you have a license to practice, that's going to also be important evidence to show your exceptional ability. But now, once we look through whether you meet, you have exceptional ability, whether you have your master's or your PhD, or whether you have a bachelor's degree or 5 years experience, the next thing we'll have to do is really look at your background, look at the type of work that you plan to do. So the very first requirement is that you can show that you're coming to the United States to continue your work of national importance and substantial merit. So once again, that's going to go towards any field that's going to bring something to the table for the United States, to its economy, to its technology, to its national security, to its research. Anything that is going to, be in an area, for example, where you're introducing new technology. Maybe you're looking at renewable energy. Maybe you're working, if you have a contract with a company that's focusing on national security or shoring up technological security. That's going to be beneficial to the United States. And it's going to definitely put you at an advantage in the national interest waiver. But keep in mind that it's not just the STEM fields. There are other fields where you can promote, you can help the United States advance in regards to their economics or in regards to just the welfare of the general public. So those would be not just in business. So if you're in the business field, for example, that also counts towards this. If you are even in the arts, that can also count here. If you're in education, that can count here. Now, the second, once we have determined what your goal is, that you can show that you're coming to the United States to continue your important work that's of very, very substantial merit, the next thing we're going to have to show is that you have the ability to do this. And the way that we show that is by showing your experience, showing your connection, showing your achievement, showing, have you had publications, citations? Have you done research? Have you worked in your field for a long time? Have you had any do you have patents pending? Do you have published articles? Do you have features on your work? Do you have citations showing that your work is very important or your work is a required study in school? These are going to be important elements that are really going to show what it takes to achieve your goal. And then the last is, because you're sponsoring your own green card, the last is that they want you to answer the question, why is it that you can't just find an employer who can file a labor certification? It's a special process where they want to make sure that that the immigrant is not undercutting a US person for a similar type of work. Why can't you go through that process? And in that case, it's going to come down to the kind of work that you want to do. Is it time intensive? Can you not spare the time to be able to do that? Maybe you don't need an employer, but you own your own business and you want to get straight to work. With this, it's going to come down to your particular circumstances, your field of work, and what you're coming here to do. But those are going to be the ways that we're going to show that you're coming here to achieve an important goal. And that's why you need the green card without an employer and without a labor certification. So if this is something that you want to pursue, you have what it takes to pursue it, go ahead and schedule that consultation. You can go to Instagram. I am the immigration attorney on Instagram, or you can click on the Instagram link on the profile. It's going to take you to Instagram where you'll see everything you need to get in touch. You'll see the phone number. You'll see the link to schedule your own appointment, and you'll see online chat on the website. Go ahead, schedule your appointment, and we can get straight to evaluating your credentials, your experience, your achievements in the past, and then we can go ahead and determine whether you qualify and get started. Thanks for the love. Thanks for sharing. Now I'm going to go to questions, and I see a question. I see many questions. I'm going to go through those questions. And I also see on YouTube, hi there, good evening. So what about if you're here and overstayed your visa? What can you do? So it's going to come down to your circumstances at this point. There may be a number of options, but whether or not you have options is going to really come down to what's going on with you. And based on those circumstances, I can determine whether you qualify for some form of relief. It is valuable to do this. So go ahead and schedule the appointment so we can talk about it. Now, let's go ahead and go to questions here on TikTok. Hi there. How does consular processing work? And how long does it take if you're married to a US citizen? So I'd say expect about a year to 18 months. And how it works is the petition is filed in the US, and once the petition is approved, it moves to the National Visa Center that prepares it for the interview, schedules the interview at the embassy. You go to the embassy, and that's where you go ahead and get your interview and decision. Can you tell me more about Form I-485? So that's the adjustment of status application, and it's the application that you file if you want to stay here and apply for your green card. But keep in mind that you can't just file this because you want the green card. You have to qualify, and that's where it's very important to get legal advice and representation. And you're right, Anne-Marie, that is a very good question. And go ahead, schedule that a consultation so we can talk more about your circumstances and get to the bottom of some solutions for you. My sister's ex-BF keep giving her immigration threats. What can she do? So I would want to figure out what's going on there. There may be a solution here. If that boyfriend is issuing threats, there may be the option to pursue the U visa, which allows them, if a crime has been committed, especially if it's been reported to the police, the U visa could be an option here. The T, if these threats are related to the sister, so the sister, so for example, the boyfriend is trying to force the sister to stay with him and he's issuing threats through that way, that may be trafficking. And so we could pursue the T in that case. And it depends on, you have here ex-BF, but are you in a state where this could qualify as a common law marriage? Perhaps VAWA could be an option here. So go ahead, schedule the consultation, and we can talk more. How long does it take for an I-130 to get approved? It depends on where. So it depends on what type, right? Who is sponsoring you for that? Is it a parent? Is it a spouse? Is it a child, a citizen child? So it's going to depend, but I would say the fastest right now I'm seeing is about 9 months, so 9 to 12 months. How much is your consultation? So it's $150 for up to an hour. And, in that time, that's where I get really in depth, because remember, the information I'm giving you here is not personalized legal advice. It's general information. So if you want personalized legal advice, I definitely urge you to get it. If you're about to make a move, you want to make a move, you want to understand your options in the future, you want to avoid mistakes, this is what you should be doing. And in this hour, time, we go through your facts and determine whether what kind of available options are available to you and which ones would be the best ones. Where are you located? I'm in Boca Raton, Florida. But keep in mind, I am all over the country. I represent clients all over the country. As US immigration attorneys, we can do that. We can represent clients in all 50 states and around the globe as long as it's an immigration issue. And so I fly around the country to be with my clients, to represent them at their interviews before immigration judges. And also, I work with the National Visa Center to finalize applications all over the world. Good afternoon. My spouse is in New York 3 years now, and we are not married as yet. Can that be a problem? So it sounds like it is a problem for you. If you have been with your, you say spouse, so I don't know if you consider this a common law marriage, but if you've been with your significant other for this time and you're not officially married, there may be a problem, and I would need to talk to figure out what's going on. So go ahead, schedule the consultation. We can talk about your situation and then get started on an option should that be available. All right. Should I apply for N400 or should I wait for I-751 to get approved first, 3 years completed? Malik, I wouldn't be able to advise you specifically whether or not you can apply for citizenship at the same time. I'd have to understand what your case is to be able to advise you whether that's and should be advisable for you. It is possible to do that. Whether it's advisable for you to do that, though, is going to come down to definitely scheduling an appointment and then eventually getting representation should you qualify. I only did United Nations work, but I did leave money in Kenya, so I'm not no green card but money Kenya. So that does not sound, schedule a consultation. It sounds like your facts are a little more complex than I can answer here on the live. Great questions. Keep those questions coming. Thank you for sharing the live. So I'm scrolling through just to see here. So my sister was deported 10 years ago. Can she apply for a visa? It's going to depend on why she was deported, whether there's still a bar related to her deportation. So she should schedule a consultation to see if she can qualify. No marriage, apply for, let's see here. Applied for asylum, pending, married and got green card. Can I travel to home country? Whether it's advisable for you to travel to your home country is going to come down to your facts. You should definitely seek legal advice. I can't tell you because what's going on in your country. Has the situation changed? Yes, you have your green card, and you do have the ability to travel whenever you want, but can this have a larger implication for the future? If you travel to the country, is that going to raise questions? Is that going to open up even an investigation into the merits of your asylum if you travel back home? So, and then what happened to the asylum? Did you withdraw the asylum application? So I'd have to follow up with your specific facts to understand here whether that's advisable. How long it take to get an interview and medical. So I have right now my shortest case post-COVID is 5.5 months. Applied for asylum, pending, and no vaccines, no. Okay. So I'm just going through. Okay, so So my lawyer has filed asylum relief program. What's that? So the asylum is where you're afraid to go back to your home country, and as a result of that, you are going to face persecution, and your lawyer filed because of that. Now, I don't know what your case is, but you should always, if this is a lawyer, make sure your lawyer is licensed, make sure that they are indeed a lawyer. And if you have any doubts, make sure you talk to them, because they need to advise you. If they're filing for it, you need to understand what they are filing. So that's first off. Make sure you are working with a lawyer who knows the law. Do you assist clients in getting green card through sports? Absolutely. Should you qualify, we can definitely work. Just go ahead, schedule that consultation, and we can get started. So now I am going over to Instagram. If you want to continue to ask your questions, go ahead and join me on Instagram. I'm the Immigration Attorney. You can hop on over there right now, and we can, I have a topic to talk about, and then you can bring your questions. Carlene, I went ahead and put my phone number in the comments, so hopefully you see, give us a call. The scheduling coordinator is available up to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So go ahead and call, schedule, and we can talk about your situation and come up with options. Go ahead and join me on Instagram in a minute. I'm the Immigration Attorney. You can go to the profile, click on the Instagram button. It'll take you to the Instagram where you can ask your questions, especially if I didn't get to your questions today. I see you in a minute on Instagram or in a consultation. Remember, the information I gave you today is not personalized legal advice. That's where it's going to be very important to schedule that consultation to evaluate your options. Have a great evening. I'll see you in a minute on Instagram at the Immigration Attorney, or tomorrow, or in a consultation. Have a good one. Bye-bye.